What up, toy fans? I am Aaron from Empire Toys 1138, aka the Rummager from Toy Division, and I am going to a carboot sale. Well guys, I am in the car on my way to the boot fair. I am absolutely buzzing. I've got all my precautions with me, including face mask, loads of like sanitizer and gloves and stuff, so I'm fully prepared for it. I'm being extra safe before I do it because of the virus and all that sort of stuff. Hey, we've got to get back to normal, so as long as we're all safe, you know, taking as much precautions as possible, you know, we have to go back to normal sometime. So I'm on my way. I'm not going to my local one because that is not on, but this one is fairly close, so it's been there before. I've taken you guys for a few hunts there before anyway, so got the GoPro with me so you can see what a social distance car boot looks like. Alright guys, I'll see you in the boot fair.
Yeah, I've had a couple of good cars. Hey,
hi buddy, how you doing?
I don't know the yak face.
Yeah.
You got a yak face. Yak face.
What about it?
The Star Wars figure.
Yeah, what about him?
You got it?
Huh?
No, someone got it.
Today?
For 100, yeah.
Oh, 100?
Where? It's not a booty fair, but still.
Yeah, I know, right? That's what I said. I looked at the thing, it said
the guy with Star Wars had a corner.
7:30 it started.
Nah, fuck that shit.
I know, right? I was like,
people, someone took it 20 minutes before me. So
yeah, I'm not losing sleep over 100 quid.
No,
Right, buddy, how you doing?
Good to see you around.
Yeah, it's good to be out.
Yeah, that's the best thing.
Yeah, it's just finally good. Make the most of it while we can.
Yeah.
That was Mad Bros Toys on Instagram, hunting some toys. Awesome to see you, dude. Good to see you again after a long time. Make sure you go check out his page on Instagram for what could have been in my video. Jokes aside though, it was good to catch up with you. Sorry about the echoey sound. The GoPro 5 is notorious when it's in its cradle for this horrible echo, which I'm so sorry for. There's not much I could have done about it. As you can see from the video, social distancing car boot 101 is a rope separating sellers and buyers. Talking to the sellers, they actually love this idea and wish it was there more as the norm. Sorry guys, I had very much mask issues. Every time I breathed, it just steamed my glasses up, which caused me all sorts of problems. But adapt and overcome. A lot of the people there today were just general dealers. There wasn't much family selling stuff. There was a few there, but it wasn't a pumping car boot as what we expect. But trust needs to be brought back, so hopefully this carries on and we can have more car boots. Primarily what was always there is just tools and electronic stuff was what mostly there was, which was a shame for us as toy hunters.
You going for these?
Yeah, go for that one. Sorry. This is the only place you got something.
I know, right? got your wrestlers, dude?
I do £1 each for those. Corn swabbles will be a rare one, isn't he?
But you don't...
That is him, isn't it?
Yeah, it's
Rare-ish.
rare because no one buys it. That's probably... These are £2 for the lot?
Yeah.
Cool, man.
Someone told me once, so once to look after all wrestlers.
So it's 150, I'll get you 150. Sorry?
If you want to look after wrestlers, is the refs? You know, the ones
Yeah, the refs are. Yeah.
weird, isn't it?
Especially the old Hasbro ones.
Yeah.
There wasn't many of them, and a couple of the refs are like builder figures. So you have to buy like the whole set. All comes with like an arm, a head, a torso, and then you can build up the ref. So yeah, they are probably the more sought after ones.
Store here was one of those ones that just screams potential, and it's just absolutely nothing.
Well, people open there, so normally we open the 1st of December. Sorry, the 1st of May, the first bank holiday weekend. People want their horses.
How much are on your loose figures?
They're £3 each.
And the Falcon?
Falcon 35. It's all complete.
If you look at, I think he's having a little tickle. No, you carry on looking bigger than this stuff.
What about the Black Series?
10. Or 10 each.
Should you 25?
Go on then.
Yeah.
They're not mine. They're around the corner.
Oh, around the corner.
It's actually nice to see some stuff.
Right guys, we are back home. The toys are washed, I'm washed, the clothes are washed. It's all good, all been cleaned up, and we are good to go. So that was my first delve into videoing a car boot sale. A bit different to like the toy fairs and everything. I had the shoulder strap on, so kind of when you're moving around, you're a bit off key having it on the shoulder. I didn't really fancy wearing the chest bit that came with my GoPro. So that was interesting. No one picked up on the GoPro. No one mentioned it, so maybe no one noticed it, which is one of the things I've always worried about videoing from a car boot sale. You know what some of the people are like. And it's a bit different than video on a toy fair, because when you go to the toy fair, you've got toys and toys like each side of you, whereas at the car boot sale you are, and as you guys know for the people that have been there, you could walk for a long time before getting to a stall that has anything worthwhile. So I actually filmed about an hour of the car boot sale, and I think what was like shut it down to like 8 minutes or whatever that was. So that sums it up really. So for what you saw in the video, Mad Bros Toys, check them out because they've literally picked up everything that I haven't, which is cool, man. You know, you can't be everywhere at once, and they've gone to a good home. We did get a few things. As you heard in the video as well at the start, someone bought a yak face at the car boot. So the guy that I bought a lot of Star Wars stuff from, and you saw him in the video, apparently he told me he sold a lot of vintage Star Wars there. He's on Echo Base and all that sort of stuff, so he knows his things. It didn't go cheap. I think he said he sold it for a $1. So you know, that's a good price for him. That's a good price. Someone got a good deal, but like, you'd be fuming if you found out someone bought one for 50p sort of thing. Do you know what I mean? So it's not the end of the world, and you know, can't be everywhere. I was a bit gutted before going in because everywhere I saw it on the websites, on the Facebook page and everything, 7:30, buyers will not let in before 7:30. So I was like, okay, fair enough, you know, social distancing gets the people a chance to get set up and everything, and like, you know, all that sort of stuff. No, I turned up there at 7 o'clock thinking I'm going to join a queue, and it was all open and people were walking about and everything, and I was like, oh, nightmare, because, you know, you're thinking all the good stuff had gone, and maybe, you know, if I turned up half an hour earlier, I would have got some vintage Star Wars, but to be honest, throwing a one down on the yak face, you know, who knows? You know, it's one of those things, and you throw a one down, it's 100 quid of your car boot money gone straight away, and, you know, more stuff could have been there. Quantity could have been a lot faster, do you know what I mean? So, we'll go through some of the stuff. Social distancing at car boots does not exist. So, whenever you see anything about social distancing, it doesn't exist. You'll be looking at a stall, and people will just come up, rock up next to you, and lean over you if you're leaning down, going through a rummage, all that sort of stuff. So, you know, it doesn't exist. I was wearing a face mask. I don't know if you saw on my Instagram. I had sanitizer on me. I was cleaning stuff. So, you just got to protect yourself as much as you can, really. The one-way system worked. I thought it was brilliant. I wish car boot sales were like it all the time. But again, you have your people that just ignore it, and I hold my hands up and say, look, a couple of times I walked down a few aisles, and I was like, you know, looking around, everyone walking to me, and I realised I walked down the wrong way. They had cones at the end to say no entry this way. I hold my hands up. I did it a couple of times, and it was purely because, you know, you're not really focused on the cones and everything. You're sort of looking at the stalls and everything. But it's just a teaming thing that I think you get used to, and once it becomes the norm, you just do it. So that's cool. I liked, if you saw in the video, the sellers had a rope between them and the buyers, which a lot of them, what I talked to, said that was the best thing ever, and they wished that was the norm, because they drove their car in, and buyers couldn't get to them to rummage through the back of their cars and into their boots and stuff. So hopefully that's something that sticks, because even when I was there, it was so nice to be like, to have that protection, because we've sold at car boots before. We've seen the people. They fly through people's cars. People can't get stuff out. I saw a few people itching because, you know, boxes were coming out, and you can see them sort of dancing, trying to see. And a few times I did it as well. But all in all, I very much highly recommend the rope between the buyer and the seller. It works, and it should be the norm. One other little thing before we go through the things that I found absolutely amazing, and it blew my mind, something really simple. So on the way out, you give you £2. They've upped the charge to get into £2 to cover like all the extras they're doing, which is, you know, it's cool. It's cool. I can deal with it. They're putting extra stuff on. There's hand sanitizer stations. There's portaloos being put in. They're doing their best to have it running, so as much and as safely as possible. But when they were collecting the money, they had those little sort of crab nets. You know, when you go sort of getting crabs on the rock pools down in like the beach and everything. They had the nets for them, and they were holding them out, taking the money, which I thought was a funny little thing. So that's a good idea. So hopefully a few more local car boots went there, took note, and hopefully we'll see more open next week. Right, enough of my waffling around. Let's go and talk some toys. So I'll get these out because these were the first things that I bought. And these were bought almost in a blind panic, because it was like, oh my god, I'm finding nothing. And in the video you saw Eduardo literally got a load of some Hasbros and some turtles off this guy just before me, and we're talking like seconds, and it was like, no. So I was a bit worried about what the future was going to hold of this car boot sale. So I panic bought these wrestlers. I'm not too sure if they're just basics or are they elites. Do you know what I mean? Oh, sorry, yeah, they're jacks. So they're bog standard wrestlers. Jacks. Jacks. Yeah, and it's got the poor hog. I don't know. But unfortunately, I don't know if you can see there on there, he's got the dreaded plastic mould in him already, which is a shame. If you saw the video, it cost me £2 for them all. I kind of actually quite like this dude. is it Rob Van Dam? But I thought it was quite a cool looking dude. So yeah, so, you know, not great. Not gonna win me car boot hunter of the week or anything. But you know, when you're struggling and you're like so worried, you start panic buying. It got a little bit better after that. I picked these up off the Star Wars guy. So we got Black Series, Royal Guard. Probably the best one was the Black Series Sand Trooper. And then we got an Inferno Squad agent there, which is cool. If you watch my previous videos, I've been on a mad Black Series hype. So it's cool to get them. I don't know if I'm going to keep them or not. I'm definitely not going to keep the Royal Guard. Might keep the Inferno Squad agent to have 2 of them. Might actually find out if he's supposed to have 2 guns or not. On the Sand Trooper, I've got 2 of them up there already. I've got the one with the black pad, and I've got one that came from the dewback, so that might just be put on to resell. It's cool. It's cool to get some Black Series from the car boot. It's cool to see that sort of stuff there. Next thing, and as Mad Bros Toys said, it wouldn't be a car boot hunt with me if I didn't find at least one Power Ranger Zord. And this was the only one they had. I did wait a little bit while they were getting more stuff out, and nothing else turned up. So that's the Frog Zord from Mighty Morphin Power Rangers Season 3. It makes the legs of the Ninja Megazord, and you can move it down, and it becomes a frog. So that was a pretty... I was kind of hoping more was going to come out, you know. That was just there on the top, pulling on the floor, you know, and then she was getting more out of the box, and I was like, oh, so you got any more Power Rangers? Like, any more stuff like this? And bless her, she didn't speak that much English, so yeah, I just thought it was lost cause, so moved on. Next thing picked up was this boxed DC's Multiverse Diablo from the Suicide Sword film. I quite like this character. I thought it was quite cool from the film. The film went great. You know, can't really complain about that. Can't really argue the fact that it was good, but I did like this dude in it. I thought it was quite cool. So yeah, can't really argue picking boxed figures like that up from the boot fair. So before I get on to the last thing I picked up, again, I bought it from the Star Wars guy. He said, oh, I do have these if you're interested, because we were talking about collecting and stuff. And all this is just the plastic stand that will obviously fit in the Deltoff. But I'm not so sure. I might actually use it as part of the display for doing toy fairs, just to like put it on one of the shelving, just to get more figures out and stuff. So I'll look into that. It cost me a £5. Can't really complain about that really. So I'll either work it out if I can have it in the shelving and work it somewhere, because obviously with the new figures in there, I won't be able to actually put that in and actually use the top shelf. So either rework it or I'll use it part of the display for future shows. And then probably the main event, which was a great... He had it when I bought this. I said I'll come back later on my way out, and I'll let the car boot gods decide if it's to be. And lo and behold, it was still there. Well, actually, I thought it wasn't there, but he just moved it on top of the stool. Sorry. It's the 1996-95 Kenner Millennium Falcon. Now, this thing is awesome. Brings back so many memories. I actually have my one still from Christmas '96. I'm saying it's '96. I can't actually see the dates are on the bottom, but so I actually remember the Christmas that I opened this, and I was absolutely buzzing, as any kid would be on Christmas Day opening the Millennium Falcon, regardless of it being the 70s version, the 80s version, or 90s through to modern day. Any kid opening a Millennium Falcon on Christmas would be buzzing. So just put it down there so it's out of the way. So I even cleaned the Falcon when I got it, so that was pretty cool. So there we go. It's got all its stuff. One of the things that my Falcons always failed because they were played with was this gun's pretty much always broken. So it's good to have that connected. Inside, got the instruction manual. Got the hatch to hide, you can hide the figures under. And most importantly enough as well, if you can see in there, the two, sort of looking at it on the camera, the two plastic bits here that are for the is still not broken. Matter of them that get snapped so easily. So it's cool to have that. So yeah, that was literally the last buy of the day. As I was walking out, he did me a fantastic deal on it. So this will be coming with me to shows, which is cool. It even has a half-used sticker album in there for the Falcon stickers, which is cool. The only thing, does it have batteries in it? I'll have to test the electronics to see if they work. Awesome, great stuff, so many memories. Well, there you go. This was technically my third car boot of the year. I managed to get 2 winter ones in before the lockdown, so this was the first outdoor summer car boot of the year. So buzzing that they're back on. Like, just a little bit of normality is good. If you are umming and ahhing about going to the boot fairs, be safe, look after yourself is the main priority. Don't worry about the others. People aren't going to social distance. You've got to accept that. But you've got to do every precaution to protect yourself. So I was face masked, I had gloves with me, do you know what I mean? Just look after yourself about them. You look after yourself, you'll start looking after others, sort of thing. And the more they become the norm, and this is the way I'm doing it, the more people just get used to it. Teething problems, they're going to happen. So, you know, deal with it, all be chill, all look after each other, and hopefully this is the start of many more car boot sales. Guys, thank you very much for watching. Please like and subscribe to the channel. Hopefully we can carry on and get weekly car boots back up now. I've been so looking forward to this. Guys, thank you very much for watching, and I will see you very soon.